Hi everybody, I'm Kimberly Edwards from cookingwithkimberly.com, and tonight I'm making something really kind of cool and interesting. Now, I'm going to tell you the name of it is, well, sort of the name of it, some idea that I'm working off of as Bubble and Squeak, and it's an old, like, British dish, and it's cabbage and onions and potatoes and bacon and beautiful things, and it bubbles and it squeaks when it's in the pan while it's cooking, right? So I'm kind of making that, but it's going to be some in a casserole dish, and we're going to bake it in the oven instead of on the stove top with a cast iron. And there's my oven talking to me. And we are going to layer it with bacon and cabbage and potatoes and a little bit of grated carrot. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to get things prepared. I just have some bacon and I'm not sure how many pieces I'm going to need yet. I'm going to line the bottom and on the top so it gets nice and cooked and we have no issue, right? Hi, Mom.
Hi,
how you doing?
Fine.
Good. Alright, on the bottom of my pan, before I do anything, I'm going to put some bacon fat. Now, when I do bacon in the mornings, I save my little dish and I just continue to, you know, stock up when I have extra bacon fat in my pan. And then I can use it for tasty things like this. Non-stick kind of things. Right?
Wonderful.
Thanks, Mommy. Alright, what you doing? You coming to help me?
Oh, I think the oven was acting up a little bit today.
Oh, yes, it was acting up. So I'm moving that out of the way, okay? So I have one potato already cut, but I'm going to cut it in tiny slices. Now, I have, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 potatoes, but they're kind of small, kind of different sizes, etc., right? Mm-hmm. One of them, I'm keeping the skins, 2 of them. I kept the skins on. The other ones, I negotiated and peeled them instead of keeping them on for you guys. So now I have to just slice them. You can either grate them with that size grate, or you can just slice them very thinly as you would for like scalloped potatoes. Now if you have a mandolin, this is perfect work for a mandolin. But I think I'm going to finish it off by hand, just because I think it's safer than using this with my fingers.
It can be dangerous.
Yes. So you want to slice them as thinly as possible, right, Mom?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, you've never had Bubble and Squeak. I'm shocked and surprised.
No. However, my mother used to make, your granny, used to make a variation of casseroles with cabbage and other vegetables.
So kind of like this.
Yes, similar.
It's industrious.
Similar.
You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think so. And we may not even need this much, but I'm just eyeballing it, trying to see what, like, just eyeball compared to your size casserole that you're going to be using.
I was just looking at the casserole. I think you're doing fine.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Right.
I think it's about right. Now, my cabbage, we've actually used some of the outside leaves for wrapping things, etc. Yes. But we have the inside left, and that's what we're using. Oops. Potatoes fall on the floor all the time, right? Mm-hmm. We just won't use that one. So, then I have to grate up that carrot. Now, how do you like this bacon that we've been using?
Oh, I think it's marvelous. It's one of the finest bacon I've ever had.
Really? I forget what the name of it is. I have to go get the container out again. Okay. So first things first, we're going to start with our first layer, and then we're going to work just so that you guys can see us doing something. Okay? First layer, I'm going to do bacon on the bottom. I want this bacon to crisp up on the bottom, and it should. It's going to provide some nice moisture and beautiful flavor for the rest of this, and you're just gonna lay it like how you would do like lasagna, you know what I mean, like lasagna noodles, but except you're using bacon noodles basically, right? And there's no rhyme or reason, just try and cover it up. I mean, it doesn't matter if it leaks through or anything like that. We're basically just getting layers. It's not gonna be all pretty on your plate necessarily, I don't think, but it's gonna have all your layers of gorgeous flavor, and that's the whole entire point. Now, if you want to, you can layer the sides with the bacon too, and that's a beautiful thing.
Do that.
But I don't know if I'm going to do that today. I don't think I need to.
It's not as though that's the only meat we're going to have.
This is true. That's exactly right. We're actually having steak. Interesting enough, we're having steak. So there's my bacon layer. Next layer I'm going to do is this cabbage. Now I'm just going to cut off that nub on the bottom because I definitely don't need that. Okay, and I'm going to slice medallions, like thin discs of cabbage. We're going to try and stay away from the core as best we can. Nice thinner, like about an inch. Yeah? It's about an inch thick. Now, this is going to go in just like this. Loosen up the leaves slightly just so that they can get some air and lovely things going on in here. And we're layering that on top of the bacon. Just all around.
It's beautiful.
It will be beautiful, yes. Now, we're going to get one more out of this, I think, before we hit core. And then just work your way around that core. Really simple. There's one layer of cabbage done. Okay? Next, I am going to put a layer of these potatoes and just sprinkle them on. So basically, it's like a bacon and cabbage and potato lasagna, sort of.
What a great idea.
Ask, right? So just make sure you're covering up that cabbage so you get a nice layer. That's all, no big deal. Now, if you want to, you can use onion, you can use garlic in here. It would be gorgeous, but you don't have to. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Exactly.
Exactly. This is your world. Okay. Now, I'm just going to grate this carrot. Doesn't take but any time. I just want a little bit more color because everything just seems to kind of be like brown, beigey brown. Let's get that carrot on. Mom, would you be so kind as to grab the butter?
Sure.
Thank you. Everything's better with butter.
Always.
Okay, I'm going to need 2 carrots, but right now you're just seeing one. You're going to just see one layer of this stuff, and then I'm going to repeat, and I'm going to finish the top with bacon again.
You want pepper and salt? Or?
Yes, I'm going to get some pepper and salt in here as well. Here we go. Now.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Mommy. Cool.
That's a great idea, too.
You think so?
Such a pretty color. And carrot always adds a little sweetness to whatever it is you're...
Absolutely. Well, the color, just the color alone is just something that makes you go, oh, that's really homey.
Exactly.
Makes you feel like it's grandma's stuff.
I usually put carrots in with my scalloped potatoes, too.
Yes, you do.
Because it looks pretty.
Why do you think I'm doing it? Because my mom taught me to do that. Okay, so we are going to dollop with butter. Beautiful.
Beautiful is right.
We are going to put some cool salt and pepper. What kind are we going to use today? We're going to use Mediterranean and just regular pepper because I like regular pepper. Actually, no, I'm going to grind up pepper. We're going to grind up some cool pepper. We're going to use these beautiful black Campot peppers. You can get these peppercorns at campot-pepper.asia. That's what they look like. They're from Cambodia, and they're really, really tasty. I want them to be really, like, you know, crunchy today in there. I'm going to get a little bit more than that. I'm going to need way more than that. I'm going to use about 18 or 20 peppercorns, and I'm just going to crack them up.
Oh, that's, I just love that smell.
Lovely, right?
Oh.
Nice.
You have no idea how wonderful that smells when you're when you use the mortar and pestle.
If you've never done it yourself, you're gonna want to. Let's get some of this out and sprinkle it. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Now you can sprinkle in between the layers. I just didn't. I was trying to be fast. There you go. Lovely. I'm going to put a couple pieces of bacon in the middle here.
Wow.
I know, right?
Awesome, Kim.
This is my flavor right here. It's my flavor aid.
And you'll be so happy if there's some left over. Oh my goodness.
Man, you could even eat this for breakfast.
Well, afterwards, you could even eat it cold. It would be good.
You know? Okay, so now we're going to repeat the same thing. I'm going to slice the rest of the cabbage. I'm going to layer it. I'm going to put the potato. I'm going to grate up another carrot. Salt, pepper, butter, bacon on the top. We're ready. So you'll see us in a couple minutes when I'm all finished assembling, okay? Okay, so I looked up the package again. It's Willow Grove bacon. Willow Grove Hill smoked bacon. Absolutely delicious stuff. That's what it looks like, and I got a wicked sale on it. So there you go. Now, I've layered everything. Salt and pepper. I have cayenne pepper on it as well. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit more on the top here of cayenne. A little bit. Use whatever kind of chili or spicy stuff you like. Now I'm just going to layer bacon on the top. I have that, the carrots on the top. Layer that bacon. Whoop. One last final gorgeous layer Look how it's all perfectly fit in here. In 2 beautiful layers. 2 layers of cabbage, 2 layers of potato, 2 layers of the carrots, and 3 layers.
It's beautiful.
3 layers of bacon.
It's a work of art.
You know? That's how we roll. Finish this off. Now, that bacon is smoked. It's tasty, it's salty. You don't need a ton of salt, so just use a little bit of salt. Now, but don't forget, cabbage and potato require quite a bit of salt. So that's my Baconator lasagna. I don't know, maybe that's what I should call it. Anyhow, 1 second, I'm washing my hands. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of chicken broth. You can add beef broth or veggie broth, tea, water. You can even put cream if you really wanted to. Make it creamy, it'd be delicious. But today we're doing a little bit of chicken broth, maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons. I'm just eyeballing. Try and get it all the way around. You want to make sure that that gets nice and cooked in there, okay? There's my oven. It's ready to go. In it goes. We're going to put it in at 350 degrees, and this is going to take a while. So I'm going to be right back to talk to you. Okay, so the main premise of this bacon dish is you want the bacon to be crispy. It's going to get crispy on the bottom, it's going to get crispy on the top. As soon as you see it getting crispy, or if you see it getting too crispy, I want you to cover it up with a tin foil tent, aluminum foil tent. That means a piece of tin foil loosely put on top like this, okay? Now, if it looks like it's getting really dry in there, put a little bit more of this in. No big deal, like 1 or 2 tablespoons, no big deal. Now, the other thing is you want those vegetables to be fork tender. This is going to take a while, hour and a half, okay? So just know you're in for the long haul. But you're going to take one of these big long forks, that if I could find one, of course I can't. Yes, I can. You're going to take a big long fork like this, or you're going to take a knife, and you're going to make sure you stick it in there and it's fork tender, meaning it goes right through those potatoes and the cabbage easily. It comes right out, okay? If it's still hard and you are done trying to wait, throw it in the microwave to finish. You can do that. Be all right. You'll finish it off. Scalloped potatoes we do in the microwave, and they are turned out perfectly every single time. So there you go. Anyhow, just keep an eye on that bacon. I'm going to set my timer for a good 30 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to check on everything and make sure everything looks beautiful, all right? Be right back. Okay, this is about to go off, so let's check this casserole. It's looking gorgeous. The bacon has shrunk up a little bit, but do you really care? I don't really care. Check it with this fork. We've been going for about 30 minutes. We're not even close. Okay, that's all right. It's gonna go back in. I want to cover it up a little bit. We can always brown it up even more at the end, but I don't want it to go too much further here for this right now. Right now I'm going to spray the bottom of this as well, because sometimes, here's my timer. Sometimes the aluminum foil tends to stick to whatever you're baking, and you don't want that to happen. So let's just loosely put that on top, and it goes back into the oven. Another half hour. We're checking on it again. It smells amazing, let me just say. It smells like, oh, heaven in this casserole. It's getting there, we're getting there. I would say maybe another 20 minutes. Back in we go, after I steal a piece of bacon. Mmm. This is bubbling and it is squeaking. Come see, Mommy. Look at our gorgeous bacon, cabbage, potato, lasagna, etc. Look at, voila!
Oh, it's beautiful, Kim.
Everything's better with bacon, isn't it?
Awesome.
I would venture to say it's done, but I'm going to use this fork and we're going to see. Good stuff. Would you poke it and see what you think, Mom? Moms always have a knack of better knowing things. Don't ask me why. I think it's done. Use that.
Oh, I think it's done. I'm just going to try some.
Mom's gonna pull it all apart.
No, I'm not. I just want you to try this, because if this is cooked, the rest is.
That's the cabbage.
It's hot. Feel how hot.
Oh yes, I can feel it just from that far away how hot it's radiating. Don't laugh at Mom when she burns her tongue.
Oh, this is so beautiful. You have no idea. And the smell, it smells like my mom's kitchen.
Really? Well, that's nice to know.
Mmm. Perfectly done, Kim.
Is that?
Mmm. perfectly cooked.
Okay. So that took about an hour. Okay? Took an hour. And maybe 10 minutes. Beautiful.
Well, better a little longer.
Look at this. It's gorgeous. Just know you're in for the long haul. Big deal.
And it's even brown around the edges.
Yep. And let's see what the bacon looks like on the bottom. Doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look awesome either.
Well, it kind of has disappeared into the
yes, it
potatoes,
has.
so that's fine. It's cooked.
All going to be tasty, of course. But it's all going to be tasty, wasty. Like, The bacon is nice and crispy on top. What?
Good.
I'm
glad you put those little pieces on there.
Well, let's put a piece on a plate.
That is beautiful, Kim.
Thank you.
Beautiful. What a lovely job. And you know what? It's so healthy. And it doesn't have things in it that maybe children are not crazy about. Like onions and garlic. Sometimes children get a little silly about that stuff.
Well, let's try this out, kid. How are we going to cut this? We're going to do like this. You're just going to do the best you can. That's all.
Maybe you need another spoon with that.
I think I'm good. It's just really hot.
Yes.
Now, there's enough liquid still in here that it's not like swimming and drowning, but it's kept everything so nice and moist. Look at that.
I could have just that for supper.
Now let's try it now. Let's try that. I'm gonna move this out the way.
I brought you a fork, honey.
It's okay. I know it's tasty. Is it lovely? Mom wants the cabbage. That's what she's going for.
So good.
Is that it? I'm stealing your fork.
Lovely. Tasty potatoes.
You need that little bit of butter. The bacon fat mixes in. Don't need too much salt, just a little bit of salt because that bacon has salt, don't forget. That smoky flavor of the bacon. The cabbage is nice and tender. The carrots are perfect. They just sprinkle throughout and make it a little more exciting.
Those potatoes are so tasty.
And that, I'm going to tell you what, that freshly cracked pepper makes a huge difference. It is so tasty. I really can taste that pepper. Anyhow, that's how you make my, I don't even know what to call it, Bubble and Squeak cabbage lasagna. I don't know. Bacon cabbage ater. You'll see it on the title of this video. You'll already know before I will. Anyhow, I hope you follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim, E with a capital E. I hope you like the fan pages, facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly and ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly. And my site is cookingwithkimberly.com. Check out Mom's site too at ingridturnertoday.com. Yeah?
Awesome. I'm so hungry.
Well, happy birthday to me. This is a side dish for my birthday.
Happy birthday, my
Thank
love.
you. I love y'all. Thanks for supporting me every day, all day, and encouraging me and everything. And enjoying my food, and that's the most important thing. I hope you're eating deliciously just like we are.
Food, the joy of life.
Absolutely. Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.
Bye-bye.